Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone, particularly the Nigeria World Share family. This is me, your brother, your friend, Humanity, right here on the show today. I am presently in Warri right now for a program, and I decided to quickly do a fast one this morning before I will go for my program today. Okay, guys, we're right now doing what I know how to do best. You know, like I told most of you, I'm a pastor, and I came for a program since yesterday. I'm going to be here till tomorrow. Okay, while I'm here, I quickly decided to give you an update on the mega city, estate, and also to give you a very funny information about the Nigerian government removal of subsidy. I'm going to start with the subsidy first because maybe the estate might take me some time. This country, I must say, is a very funny one. I was speaking to our CEO yesterday, Elvis, and I told him Nigeria is a mess, guys. Nigeria is a mess. It's a funny place to be. It's a funny place, and many of us are still here to just continue doing what we need to do to keep the faith on, to keep the hope on, not to lose hope on our nation as a result of the nonchalancy, the corrupt mindedness of our leaders and yeah, good morning, Vivian. Good morning, Johnson. Good morning, Sombra Sunday. I greet you all. Just to make sure that please just try to share this video to our platform, the WhatsApp platform of the Nigeria Watch Family Place, and share it on all your handles. Let guys come in, let's discuss together the way forward. Now, right now, the entire nation is messed up, really messed up, and we in a state that I can't really tell right now the truth of the matter. And let me start by this. Yesterday, I was coming to Warri, and along after ROCC, there was an accident between these lorries and a commoner and a commuter, sorry, and it resulted to a death of one person. There was a protest as we see speaking at this protest in Benin City, over against Obasanjo's government, anyways, and the reasons I don't know. It's because I'm not in Benin right now. I'm in Warri. And we started to go through, the inner street, for us to be able to pass through that very particular ROCC where they had these protests. There was a lockdown. I think I heard this morning there was a lockdown because I wanted a company that normally supplies us a feed in the farm for the birds to do airport supply feed today. But there's a complete total lockdown, and we have not been able to get feed to the birds right now. And that is also another very tough situation we are facing in Benin, or in Nigeria as a whole, not just only in Benin City. Okay, so we had to pass through the inland, the inner street to be able to get to the other part, after the bypass along Benin Sapele Road towards Warri. And while we're going, we passed through a community called Oriri community. And right at that community, we saw the youth putting a blockade. Guys, can you believe this? The youth were collecting 200 naira, 100 naira from every vehicle that was taking that route. And that was the only route you can take right now in order for you to get out, through that logjam that was between, that bypass, the ROCC, and to the other side of Sapele Road. Those of them that are going outside the state or even going home, they were paying 100 and 200 naira depending on what you can afford. That is how bad our state is. That's how bad our nation is. That people now decide to take laws into their hand and do things the way they wishes. I stood there for close to 30 minutes waiting for my driver to drive through the barricade. 30 minutes. They just decided to cause a go slow in the street because they want every vehicle passing to pay. That was what we experienced yesterday in Benin. Another thing that also came up yesterday is the land use tax of Governor Obaseki. I know those of us that live in diaspora, we actually pay land use taxes on our properties. I know that. That's true. Like in Sweden, it's quite expensive, very, very expensive to pay the land use tax. Because under the land use tax, you're going to have the land use tax put in place. You're going to have the dust for money for dustbin and every other things. But the difference is this: the environment where such an amount of money is being forced on the people, the government has a lot of responsibilities that they are carrying as a government. Okay, they have a much responsibility that they are carrying as a government. And I think that is what we are seeing in our own case today. In the case of the Edo State government, there is nothing that the commoners are benefiting as landlords and landladies or owners of properties in their different localities. I, as one guy, do not support because I just want to make a point, or because I have, interest in the government that is in power. I support what is just. I support what is favorable to the common man. Yeah, the government needs to raise funds to run the government of the day. That is fantastically okay. But the bundles of operandis of you making the money is the difference right now. And if you want to embark on the land use tax, it's a fantastic idea, but you must do it within the ambits of the law. The idea of creating a kangaroo court to continually intimidate, victimize, and exploit the citizenries of Edo State will not be acceptable by some of us. As an activist and an advocate of good governance, some of your policies are well applauded, but the modus of operation becomes an issue that is bordering on the system. You cannot come to my street, for example. I want to demand for land use tax when I actually provide my water, I provide my poles for my lights, the wires for my lights, even my transformer. And the road to my house is untied with a lot of mud waters gathering everywhere. At the end of every dry season, we, the landlords in that area, contribute money together to grade the roads. And the government will have to come in and demand for a land use tax. And secondly, guys, lands are being sold in an exorbitant prices. in Benin City today. Lands have been sold as high as 15 million naira for 100 by 100 in some areas. Some areas said at 10 million, at 5 million, etc., etc. And when someone would have gone to buy a land that worth 10, 50 million naira, and from the foundation of the house to the moving in of the house, all the cost is on the same person, without the government coming in at any point in time to give a helping hand or a support to this group of people. And at the end of the day, the government will just wake up one day and slam, the owner of that apartment with the land use act. Somebody was saying yesterday that it happens in Lagos, it happens in other part of the state. Come on, guys, Edo is not Lagos. We said that from the beginning. We are not Lagos. And you must also know something, guys. In Lagos that you claim, house owners are multimillionaires. Okay? House owners are multimillionaires. Properties in Lagos, except the Ikorodu, are worth as high as 2 million naira, 5 million naira per annum. Which part of Edo, even the GROA we talk about today, even the EMA we talk about today, the golf course road we talk about today, what is the cost of renting a 3-bedroom flat in these areas? Is it even up to 1 million naira? Not talk of other areas where they actually, are impoverishing the people. When I saw the video of a lady yelling at the officers that came, I was a little bit bitter. My heart bleeds that we are living in a society whereby the government do not think about the welfare of the people when they are making their policies. Government are elected to actually pilot the people-oriented policies. We do not need a leader or a ruler who comes into play in order to undermine the people's will. Rather, we elect leaders to carry on the people's will. So when that's why you come with manifesto, making the people to go to your manifesto, knowing fully well what you have in stock for them as your people. Okay. And Mr. Johnson Emmanuel, that's true. But do you know, guys, that I gave a proposal to the government of Obaseki to leave, if they never accepted that proposal till tomorrow, that would have ended this indiscriminate cost of lands in Edo State. I made them understand that there are some areas that the price can be fixed by the government. I brought the proposal in, and even the government can also generate a lot of money from the sales of lands. With that, it can help in some of these things that they are trying to bring up today. But nobody ever, accepted some of these proposals that were brought in. We've lived all our life in a civilized, in a serene environment. So we understood how this actually works. So I felt, okay, I'm going to come up with this kind of idea that it will be helpful in helping the government to actually do the best for our state. But they've actually, refused accepting it, just like the federal government is doing today. A few days ago, the federal government came out about that by February 2022, they would have ended what they call the subsidy regime. Okay. They were what they call a subsidy regime, and I was a little bit whitewashed. Sorry, guys, I was a little whitewashed by that statement. And my greatest worry is this on subsidy. Today, the only benefit of a common man in Nigeria today is what we call a subsidy. Well, actually, that is, anyways. Now, the Minister of Finance, Zena, came out and said the federal government is going to remove the subsidy and they're going to pay 5,000 naira monthly to 40 million Nigerians. 5,000 naira monthly to 40 million Nigerians. My first question was, how are they going to determine the people that actually needs the 5,000 naira? Do not forget, during the COVID-19 said the disbursement, nobody can be able to attest that they actually got the money from government. We know in civilized world, when this is about to be done, a database. Nigeria has no database of the poor in a society. They have, a workable, database system that can be able to pinpoint those that actually need it, as it happened in the country where I reside, in Sweden. Okay. Now they say they're going to pay 5,000 naira monthly to 40 million people. They assume they're going to pay that amount of money without no issue. That let's give them benefit of that. That 40 million Nigerians are going to get 1,500 as transport allowances or ground payment. Fantastic. Okay. Now, let's also assume they put in place the modus of operandi of payments, which we assume it is workable, acceptable by us. Accepted, agreed. Okay, guys. So I put an assumption now. Now let's go to the mathematical calculation. As of today, the federal government says they have 1.8 trillion naira subsidy per annum. Put it down, guys. The subsidy today in Nigeria, based on the government's own side, is 1.8 trillion naira per annum. Okay. Now, the same government is saying we are going to give 5,000 naira to 40 million Nigerians per month. Do not forget, guys, the subsidy is for 220 million Nigerians. The subsidy of 1.8 trillion naira, it is for 220 million Nigerians living in Nigeria. But now they want to give subsidy to 40 million Nigerians. That means about 180 million Nigerians are not going to be on subsidy. Underline that, guys. Now, if the government is paying 5,000 naira to 40 million Nigerians, at the end of the month, we are supposed to get 200 billion naira monthly subsidy. 5,000 times 40 million will give us 200 billion as monthly subsidy or transportation grant or transportation allowance, wherever they're going to it. Then, if you now multiply the 2 billion naira monthly transportation grants to 40 million Nigerians times 12, you're going to have 2.4 trillion naira. You, as of today, you are paying 1.8 trillion naira annually to cushion the effect of the high cost of importation of petroleum products into the country. Now you are saying you are ready to pay 5,000 naira to 40 million Nigerians, which will amount to 2.4 trillion naira in a year. I don't understand that. Now the question is this: you're going to remove subsidy of 150 billion naira per year, I mean per month, and you are going to pay 1 billion. How does that make sense? Taking away subsidy of 150 billion per month, you're paying 200 billion per month. So why the 50 billion naira? So why don't leave subsidy and let the price per petroleum remains at 1 something? This is the logic, guys. Because these guys are criminals. Okay. Now then I said the cost when they remove the subsidy, the cost of solar product will rise to 340 naira. Guys, do not forget, right now, and come on, guys, I want to see if I can do something like math here. Right now, 340 minus 162. So we have, it means they want to increase the price of petroleum product PMS fuel by 170 naira later. To increase fuel by 178 naira later. That shows as at 162 naira that they sell today, they pay a what's it called? A subsidy of 150 billion per month. Okay, now they're going to increase it by 178 naira per liter. And they are paying extra 50 billion naira. Ghana. So this government has failed. The economy is so bankrupt right now that they want to collect money from you to sustain their extravagant lifestyle. The plan is this: as at 162 naira per liter, they are using 150 billion as subsidy. Now, they are increasing the per liter cost of PMS to 340 by February next year. And they are paying, according to them, 5,000 naira per Nigerians to 40 million. That will give us 200 billion naira per month. So if you remove the 150 from the 200 billion, they have 50 billion naira as extra cost. Now, where are they going to get the 50 billion naira from? Then the 178 naira they are adding to the already 162 naira, which they were supposed to have paid about maybe 200 billion on top. Okay, now what they are doing is this: they are going to now take the 50 billion from the 178, they will see have close to 150 billion naira per month as profit accrued to these criminals in power. It shock you, Abi? So what they are doing is because today no nation wants to borrow Nigeria any money anymore. Nigeria today is indebted to the tune of about 40-something trillion naira. Over 40 trillion naira we are owing as debt. So nobody want to pay them any money anymore. Nobody want to loan them any money anymore. They've eaten all the monies in our coffer. So Nigeria is broke. So what do the government comes to? They don't want to reduce their extravagant lifestyle while they're in government. No, they don't want to do that. They continually holding on to make oppress the people in order for them to continually living the life that they have planned all this while. The government has, the presidency has 10 private jets. 10 private jets. 10 private jets. 10. The Queen of England has no private jets. She uses the British Airways. The Prime Minister of England has no private jets. He uses the British Airways. The Prime Minister of Sweden, the King of Sweden, has no private jet, guys. They use public transport when it comes to air flight. But a broke country like Nigeria, the presidency had 10 private jets. Why can't they sell some of these private jets to reduce the cost of living of every Nigerian? All they do is to find a way to continually impoverish the people, making their children, their clothing, and all that to continually remain in the corridor of power. At the expense of the general people. Imagine people asking you to pay excess and your monthly enumerations are not increased. I remember when I was still in Sweden working, every time there is an increase in anything, there's going to be an automatic increase in the salaries of people, either by 1% or by 2%. Naturally, there in Sweden, we have a 5% increment, 2% increment every year of salaries every year, but whether public or private, companies, we have 2% increment every year of salaries. 2% increment every year of salaries. So when and anytime they come up with anything increase, they always find a way to make sure that people will not be the final, hurt in a situation like that. But here we are living in a country, living in a state where nobody actually cares about the poor. All they do is to continually make the poor to better the laws of the few bourgeois in our society. I feel pain. I feel disheartened about the oppressive mechanism of our rulers who call themselves leaders. I am on the school of thought that every human beings are equal, no matter the financial status that you find yourself. Opportunity actually came and happened to everyone else. No one, no human being, no Edolite, no Nigerian, all over the world is better than any other. We have an opportunity. Then when opportunity comes your way and you make better use of it, it becomes who you are today. That makes you better than others. But when we continually to impoverish our people, we are creating a society of anarchy. We are creating a society of lawlessness. We are creating a society whereby people will begin to fight and reject every effort of the government to impose unbearable hardship on them. Just like what you saw in the video that I played, that I put up when a lady. Let me see if I go to the video now. When a lady was out there insulting in the people that actually came to put up two things in a apartment. Let me see if I can see that video, guys. Just 1 minute. Let me see if I can see that video. Don't take pictures. Yeah. Now, you see, if you watch the video now, you will see. Yes, not even that was weeks ago. Another one just resigned yesterday. The new lady, Mandalene. Mandalene just resigned yesterday. So that's just what they do. These are people that actually have, they are there to serve the people. So that what we putting up was not what she expected for the people, what she has promised the people. She tendered her resignation immediately as a prime minister. So you're not imagining that somebody is imposing 40,000, 50,000 on people as annual tax on land use act. What are the benefits of these people? In the developed world, when my brother just said that lands are not being sold, I've already given the government that, but he has listened. They have refused to listen. Let government take over the sales of land and not give what is accrued to the communities to them. I brought that up when I went to Georgia to meet, one of the directors wants to be Kada, the white man at GIS. I explained to him, being a white man, a British guy, who understood the way it was in their own climb. I told him this is what I expect them to propose to the government in order for them to be able to generate revenues to solving the menace in our states. But I don't know, the government didn't listen to me because to them I am inconsequential. Okay, guys? Now, you are proposing a land use act on the people. Have you actually checked what is the yearly income of that property? What is the yearly income of the owner of that property? That's what happens in Sweden, where I live, guys. You pay tax on your properties. Listen, guys, Sister Vivian, that is the reason why we need to take up the responsibility of changing the government from the diaspora. The reason why I've been clamoring for a change of leadership from the diaspora is is as a result of some of these things that is happening around. It is only people in the diaspora, not everyone, that actually have a sense of reasoning. If we decide to fold our hands and live in another man's land, for how long? This is actually the plan of the government, for us to continually run away from home. So that the good brains would have left Nigeria to reside in another man's land, and did know what to do and not be left behind to pilot the affair of the nation the way they want. Okay? This is the mentality that they have. They know that we who live in diaspora do not like this kind of pressure. So they will continue doing it in order for you to scare you away from your state, to scare you away from your nation. So you remain a slave in another man's land, and they continue to make you dry and make this place hell for a living. But when we decided not to resort to faith, and we said, okay, we must fight this fight to a reasonable conclusion, you're going to see them be scared. They know the power is with the diasporas today. They're going to know that the power today is within the cycle of the diasporas. I've been clamoring since after the election that the next governor of Edo State, come 2024, must come from the diasporas. Let us now start shopping for a credible, reliable, sustainable leader that we all can back up, just go back up Governor Obaseki come 2024, to take over the piloting of our state and make our state great again. Not by impoverishing our people, not by impoverishing our mothers, not by making life miserable for them, but by putting smiles on their faces. You can build all the big malls in the world, in Edo State. You can build all the things, in Edo State. But when the people are not benefiting, when the people are not benefiting directly from all this that we are doing today, it is counterproductive, guys. It is counterproductive. Let me shock you people, guys. Since I started this mega city estate, campaign, clamoring for partnership, I've spoken to many Edolites all over the world. In the last few days, I have spoken to many Edolites all over the world, and I was shocked to my bones that there are many Edolites with so much integrity that we can be able to work with and pilot the affair of our state. We have one of our brother in Japan who is a pilot. I'm not going to mention his name except if he gives me permission, maybe in my subsequent videos. But he's a pilot. I spoke to him and he told me, says, Steve, do you know what? I want to come to Edo State and start an aviation training. I was surprised. These are the Doma guys who live far away in Japan. Okay. Johnson, sorry guys, let me listen, Johnson. Let me put this comment up. Now, Mr. Johnson, sir, the problem is this: most of the people they claim to be diasporans are never diasporans. You must get it clearly. These guys, they pick the corrupt people who just came abroad and spent maybe 2 or 3 days, 1 year, schooling abroad. They call themselves diaspora, just like Obaseki. He's schooled in US. Obaseki did not live in US. The only person that actually worked, who was a diaspora, was Ngozi, the Minister of Finance. And you guys can testify of the effort of that woman from 1999 till the time she left the government of Obaseki. Perhaps was able to miago her way into helping Nigerians to solve their debt issues, as she was able also to keep the Nigerian economy in a 1-digit economy for that period of time. But when you pick somebody like Desiani is not a diaspora, guys. Desiani is actually worked in share. When she retired, she went abroad. You don't define such a person who already had corruptness in him or her as a diaspora. No, guys. So what they do, they were picking their cronies into government, all in the name of bringing in diasporas in. When you are looking for diasporans, like I said now, we are going to shop for one. We are not going to unpick some people. Like Ozemigero was unpicked by the government of Oshomole and then by Obaseki, without the input of those of us who knows Ozemigero before now. It was a good guy, but was he the best for the job from the diaspora? The answer was no. If you want a diaspora to come in and support the government, give the motto of session, shopping for the best among the diasporans to the diasporans. They know how to shop for the best. Let me give another example, guys. Again, Obaseki is trying to set up what we call the Edo Agency, the Diaspora's Agency, the Edo Diaspora Agency today. That was a fantastic idea. I actually also, contributed to it. They're all there on my wall. They're all there on my WhatsApp messages. Now, what happens to this? The time they were about to select the people, nobody in the diaspora was actually contacted except some few guys who they know they just unpick themselves and come into power. Such a people are not there for the people. They're only there for their own interest. That is the difference, guys. That is the issue. Why we have some of these people who they claimed to come from diaspora are not actually a product of diaspora. Man, while we are studying, they were thinking of what they are going to do back home and make so much wealth. That's the problem. Okay, guys. So that is the issue that we really need to deal with our people. Let's start, shopping for the best that can help us to salvage this whole situation. And when we are shopping for them, listen, guys, there's a difference between appointing a diaspora and a diaspora being in the helm of affairs. Like I said, I've been in this game since 1992, and I've been a voice. Despite that, I left Nigeria, I came abroad, and there was a break in transmission as far as the political setting was concerned. Okay, and I know when you have been appointed, that's why I told somebody and I said, I'm not going to work for a Paseki, not for anything. Okay, that if even I'm going to work for him for free, so that I'll have my peace. That will speak my mind whenever I want to. I will stand on the side of the people. I've made that very clear. Because when you have been appointed, you are being, and twist. You can never speak the truth to power. You can never say the truth to power. You always be, in the written note of these people, who automatically becomes, the people that controls the day-to-day activities of our state, our nation. So that is my greatest worry. That's my greatest worry right now. There's a brother who wants to come to Benin and put up an aviation. He also told me, said, Steve, do you know in that estate that we are planning having 3,000 plots of land, we can easily have, said, I think said 2x2 or 4x4. I don't know. One of those 2x2 or 4x4, he said, that it will be enough for us to build an airspace where chartered flights can land. I never thought it was as easy as this. These are people with so much innovation. Do the government shop for them? No. But am I doing that today? I'm doing that. I'm shopping for the best. I'm not a politician. I'm doing a private business, but I felt I need the input of many people to be able to bring to pass that which we desire as a people. While I was still doing this, guys, I met another guy again in the US. I think he asked me to, his name is he has a company called Kenbro construction company. It's one of the leading construction company also, of the immigrants in New York City. We had a very long chat also. And I found out, what is the government of Edo doing? When you go in and bring a white man who has no idea, guys, of what they're doing in our state. Right? There are many multinational companies belonging to Nigerians, belonging to Edolites outside the country, but they're not going to bring them in. Do you know why? Because most of these people they call the white people, they are not even white. They are Lebanese. They are Chinese. Let me shock you, my brother. This brother of ours told me this story because he actually lives lives in the Asian continent. He told me, I'm going to say it clearly, he said, 95% of the Chinese people you see here sent to Nigeria and many of African countries are actually ex-convicts. Ex-convicts, that's what he said. They are actually ex-convicts. They committed one crime or the other, they were thrown into prison. While they are in prison, they teach them some different kind of jobs, vocations. So at the moment they've served their jail terms and they're out of jail, they are the people that they send to other parts of the world. Ex-convicts. How many of our ex-convicts comes out of our jail and become a better person? How many of them? How many of our ex-convicts goes into the jail, comes out after 5, 10, whatever years, and become a better person? When they leave, when they are leaving to the jail or to the prison or to wherever it is being called, they will be a normal person. But when they are coming out, as far as the Nigerian system is concerned, they'll be worse than why they were going in. Yes, 1 minute, please. Who is that? Yeah. Yeah, sorry, guys. So you guys, you got it now. So I spoke to this guy, and by the grace of God, I've been able to, talk with him. We had a memorandum of understanding to be able to bring into the show, into this project that we are about to kickstart. We have him in right now as one of our construction giant and also a partner in this mega city estate that I'm about to launch in the next few weeks. Now, this project right now is a multi-billion naira project that it's going to be first of its kind. in the South by God's grace, and there's going to be also first of its kind, maybe in Nigeria, despite the Lekki estate and all that, and that, but this one is going to be different. It's going to be different because of the uniqueness and the proposed features that we are going to bring into play. But what I'm trying to say is this now. You see, as an individual today, we have so much. If you go to Otta, and go to Kenaland, where Winner Chapel is located, you're going to see that it's going to look like you're not living in uh, uh, Mr. Johnson, they organize Edo Business Summit. My brother, let's be realistic here. This business summit you're talking about, I was there. Okay, I was there. There's nothing in that place, guy. This Alagodaro summit, there's nothing there, bros. I was there. I was there for one day. There's nothing there. Make we talk. I did turn now. It's a good initiative, anyways. But like I said, the political issue surrounding most of these things is what is making it not look workable for our nation. That's the truth of my guys. The political, correlation they put to many of these good initiatives is what is giving us hell of a problem. Okay, that's why we're having it difficult. They have a good idea, but at the end of the day, they ended making it to look like a political gimmick, and that destroyed the whole essence of what they're doing. If you check the first Alagodaro and check the future Alagodaro, you're going to see it's declining in substance. Sorry, guys. It's declining in substance. So that shows that one of the problems is the initiative is not being carried through because of the political issues that they put around it. Okay, these are facts. And also many of us that were there, they already had the people that they work with. It's the truth of matter. They have the people they work with. It's already there. You can't change that. You only just open that thing where everybody comes in there and we do all we need to do. And at the end of the day, we are done to go. Like in the similar world where you live in, things are done differently, not the way it's been done right here, sir. Okay, I was there. So there's nothing special about the Alagodaro summit. Okay. So like I was saying, now we're going to have we're planning to do that in the next few days. We're going to come up with a lot of the features. I'm talking about some of the features, and I'm going to continually, talk about it, to just give the people the plan of what. Yeah, that's it. That's it, my sister. That's what I'm saying. Do a lot you can do on ground. All these institutions, all these trying to what's it called, revitalize, the dilapidated institution. It's in a system like this. Build foundations, create, an enabling environment. Let people strive, and you're going to see the economy moving. Not trying to change, things where the people are not being changed. You can change the laws. If the people remain there, they know how to manipulate their personal, interest. Okay? They know how to manipulate for their personal interest. That's how it works. Okay, guys. So, having said that, guys, let me talk a little bit about the futures of the estate. And like I said, the Stockholm Mega City is a 3,000 capacity, 3,000 plot, estates. We're going to be one of the biggest in the history of Nigeria. That's our plan. And it's a multi-billionaire project also. But this project requires all of us to actually come up together and work to be able to make it a reality. And while I was thinking of that, I felt, okay, I am an diaspora who want a better Edo, who want an Edo that will grow, who want an Edo that is progressive, who want an Edo that will become, a talk of the town, who want the ancient city to come into play. I decided to say, okay, why don't I do it like this? Instead of me running it all by myself, looking for, trying to ask people come and buy property, come and buy lands and build and all that and that, instead of bringing people in. I said, okay, now we're going to have an open door policy. I'm going to bring in many of those into the fold, to then become partners in running the estate. So that alone, first, is going to give you financial support. It's going to give you a breakthrough financially. It's going to make you a management, a co-owner of the estate, and it's also going to give you a platform whereby you can actually, sell a lot of things you need to do. So that is the first thing that we did. So we will not trade open to Edolites. I'm very specific about that. Edolites, and other people can buy land from there. There's no problem. You can buy land from there, but want to make sure that it's going to be Edolites who are going to own the estate. Want to run it the way we feel we can be able to run it to make our state a better place. Okay, that's number one. Number two, like I said, we are working with some construction companies right now from US, and they are already ready to come and join us. And also, the reason we are bringing them in is for them to also come in and bring their expertise, ideas into what we are doing. Okay, we have been having a lot of talks, with his team and with his team in here in Nigeria and all over there in US. We've been talking and I've been so pleased with their responses and what they have been telling me on what they do and some other projects that they have been doing that has made me wow. And very soon I'm going to put up some of the projects they've done before to also buttress the point that we are on the right course with this group of companies who are from the Edo people all over the world. Okay, and also I also talking to a company right now who's going to support my own company, the Rectangle, to also work on the software on some of these, security, apparatus that we are trying to put into the state, into the city. Okay, guys, so right now, this is how it goes. If you are a partner to the estate, these are the benefits. Number one, as a partner, you are coming in with some chunk of money to invest in the estate. Right now, the estate sells for 1 million naira a plot and 1.2 million naira with the C of O. Okay, on the residential area, 1.5 million naira per plot on the business districts of the estate. Okay, guys. So anyone you want to build like we're going to give a room for people building shopping malls. Then we're going to give a room for people building shopping malls, people building hospitals, schools, churches, mosques, and all that. But you're going to be on the district, areas in the estate, where the other part of the estate, where in the residential, it is going for 1 million or 1.2 million. And this is going to be for a very short time, because the moment the work begins, there's going to be a hike, in the prices because of job being done there, because we need to actually get money in order to be able to bring these things to pass. Like I said, I'm working with a lot of companies here and there to be able to see how much we can be able to do to see open the estate to become a reality. This is a dream, but we have already gotten the land. So the first phase of the dream is to become a reality. Is already there. We have gotten the land. The second phase is this. I've already signed an MOU with an American, Edo-based American company, who is coming in to actually join us in the construction, of the roads, and other, little communities that we already have been on. And as the time goes on, they're going to do most of the jobs, and they've given us their word. They're going to give us a world-class, projects. There's a bridge that we're supposed to bridge between the estate and the other part of the city. And I will call him in, and he has spoken to me, and I was amazed at his explanation of how we can build a sustainable, bridge. So the reason why I'm bringing him in this company in, the Kenbro's, construction company in, is for the Edo State government to also know that they are Benins, they are Edolites who lives abroad, who does something great. That when the government comes into the estate, when we are now ready to officially launch the estate, and having seen the work done by this company, and I'm very sure the government will begin to find a way to actually talk to some of these owned companies and see how we can go from there. So now, if you come in with your cash into the estate to become a partner, you automatically become a member of the board of trustee of the estate. And the board of trustee of the estate is going to be after the selling of land. After the selling of land, your membership, your ownership of shares in the estate remains, because you are going to be there as far as the estate remains, as far as the business remains, which an estate is not what comes in and goes overnight. So you're going to be there for as long as it remains. And even when you are leaving this world, your children and your children are going to take over your shares and continually maintaining that very particular sacrifice you made in a time like this. That's number one. Number two, we also have these initiatives or this that we brought in to those of you who will be interested to become partners, in the estate. Now, being a partner in the estate, also we have a lot of features. Like now, I also spoke with a company who is planning, with the help of Kenbro's construction company, who is planning to actually come in and bring what we call a central gas system for us. Okay, this is going to be a little bit expensive, but I believe if we all come together, we can make this work. Now, for example, if the gas system comes in, whereby the gas system will not come in through our feces and our urines. There are a lot of things they talk that is a little bit wide. I cannot explain here right now, but I'm going to start bringing them in one after the other to actually tell us how this is can be workable and how we can be able to spend minimal cost to maximize, our plans and purposes. Okay, guys, and if such facility comes in, we have the central water system and all this and that, and we have the maintenance fee and all that. And as a partner and a co-owner of the estate, there are also benefits that you're going to get through this medium. It's like a business. It's a business you invested in. So at the end of the year, there's going to be money coming in to support. And at the end of the day, the profit that will be accrued from the money that we are going to make will also be shared based on the shares that we bought in the estate. Okay, guys. So that is another key advantages of being a partner in the Stockholm Mega city. So, but if you want to be a property owner, fine and good also. You can come in there, buy your land, and you're going to benefit from all the features that we have enumerated or itemized, from the beginning. A 24 hours, power supply. We are working with Ocean Power Plant. We are also working with other companies where we're going to have eco-friendly, power generation. That's the use of waste products. We're going to have the solar, also the solar energy, to make sure that 24 hours there will be a continuous supply of electricity in the estate. We talk about the security. We also talk about how we're going to make sure that the security will be first of its kind. It will be not touch. So, for example, we are planning to fence the entire 3,000 plus round. Then we're going to explain in the due course how that can be possible. It's not going to be the estate developers that are going to do it. It will be the responsibility of every one of us who are going to be in the estate. Because if you buy a land, you are planning to actually fence your land. Okay, the cost of you fencing your land we can ask you to mow some blocks and fence the back, just like I'm going to do it like that around. That all of us would have fenced the entire 3,000 plots around for us to actually live in. So when we are not in, we don't need to fence our houses anymore. We're going to live like we live in Europe or in America or in other parts of the world. We don't just need to fence our house as if we're in the present yard. So we're going to have this thing done. It is already planned out. Things are being put in place. Documents are being put in place to make this thing workable and more efficient. Okay, guys. So in whatever of this you want to be part of it, if you are welcome to communicate with No, Doreen, that's what I said we are working on papers because when you are coming in as an investor, you're going to have a contract written, signed, sealed by a lawyer, a property lawyer. Okay, so it's going to be a thing that can never be broken. So all the dots in the whole thing will be stated out on the contract for you to sign. Then after which you can now put your append your signature on it, and the deal is as good as done. That is so that is already 100% sure. Because we want to make a different Edo where we diasporans can be proud to say it's our own. Now, someone can actually chop your money, sir. Someone can actually chop your money, sir. Now, let me explain this part. Let me explain this part a little bit. That will help us a little bit more. If you decide to be a property owner, then you just buy one land or two lands or 10 lands, depending on what you buy. If you want to be a partner in the business, as you come in, the first contract you're going to get, let's say you bring in 5 million naira, for example. And as of today, a plot of land there is sold for 1 million. Okay? The first thing we're going to write is you're going to write you become a partner with a sum of 5 million naira that is equivalent to 5 plots of land. Okay? If maybe you come with 10 million naira, it's equivalent to 10 plots of land. So that very particular clause on your contract of agreement, I've already stated that Doreen Jones has 10 plots of land in the mega city estate. So if for whatsoever reason they decided to play a smart one on you, that paper alone can make you to lay claim to that 10 plots of land on your 10 million naira, even when the plot of land is not be sold for 100 million. Even when the plot of land is not be sold for 100 million naira. As far it was stated in your contract from the beginning, and somebody decided to play a smart one, not for you to untwist you, then you can go to court and you can get your 10 plots as stated on your deed of agreement. It's as simple as that. I'm a very straightforward person. I want a better Edo. It's not the money that is my problem right now. I just want an Edo where we all can sit together and think alike and make the impossible possible. That's all. So I think I've made that very clear, sir. So there's no way you can be swindled because the lands are there. The entire estate, we're already working now on the CFO for the 30,000 under the company's name, Stockholm Mega City. They're already working on that. Okay, so at the end of it, we're going to come with a full CFO on the entire land. Then from the CFO, we're going to get it. Then we will now begin to now sell out the different portions of land to different developers who can also go do a CFO with a CFO attached to his own and get his own CFO within the estate. So that's it, sir. I hope that I've already cleared your doubts. I hope that I've already cleared your doubts, sir. So that is the truth, guys. So we are calling on the adults all over the world. Let's come together and make this possible. Now, there's another very important thing that we are planning to do. We call it the cooperative farming. The cooperative farming is another initiative of our mommy diaspora, myself, and our leader, Elvis Sedikin. Oni, we all know him, the CEO, probably known as Naga Wash. You know, we came up with that idea because we felt the rate at which hunger is in the state, it is becoming alarming. Hunger actually gives birth to crime. Why those areas, those cities we live in had little or no crime is because food is being tend to be a necessity. That the government doesn't play with the people eating. So because of that, a man that is filled up doesn't think of stealing. So because of that, we decided, okay, what are we going to do in order to help the state in its quest for self-sufficiency on feeding? We come up with the cooperative farming. And also the same way I'm explaining this, the same way cooperative farming is. You buy your own portion of land in the farm village, because it's going to be called a farm village, diaspora farm village. That's the name we have given it. We want to make everything close to us. We call it diaspora farm village. Where if you buy 20 acres of land, you are going to farm on your 20 acres. Because you have to have cassava farm there. The difference is we're going to be in the same location, being able to monitor our different, businesses within the same area. But each of us have our business name and have, our portions of land that we bought, own forever. So at the end of the whole thing, the time you feel like, oh, you are tired of farming, you can easily sell your portion of land to the next available buyer without you not losing anything. You can buy the land for, like now they say it's between 150 and 200. You can buy the land for 200,000, for example, and in the next 4 years, you're tired of farming, you can sell the land per 1 acre for 600. The money is yours. It has nothing to do with us. So we are creating, an environment where we prosper. Some of us are taking, being the forerunners, being the visionary, the torch bearer, to have a better Edo for those of us in diaspora. See, the same way. So who's going to have, because now the land will be surveyed. I'll be there, 1,000 acres at Ugbo, after Bogyobo, the village after Bogyobo. It's about 10 minutes walk from the tie road to the farmland. Beautiful place, landscaping, fantastically well, designed. No trees on it again. No big trees on it that have been chopped down by the professor who owns it before. So we all just need to go get it acquired. We'll start our businesses. So that we're going to just discuss more on that also. In my next subsequent show, I'm trying to bring in some expatriates who knows more about something. Since we're trying to do like the fish farming, the poultry, and even the edible crops, so that they can go to tell us more on what we can do, so we can be able to have a business that will be profitable and that will attract many people to come in and actually invest. That's it, sir. Yes. Any other? Please just drop your question there so that I can be able to talk to them. Is anyone here with the question, please? Any more questions? I didn't see Rita Adams today. Sister Irene, where's your sister? I didn't see Rita Adams today. She's still sleeping. Any question there? Any contribution that warrant me to talk on, to elaborate on? Okay, guys. Yeah, in some countries it takes 10 people to produce. In some countries it takes 10 people to produce vegetable that can feed 1 million people through a well-structured, mechanized. That's what I'm saying now, Dorin Jones. That's what I'm saying now. We have 1,000 acres. So the mechanization farming will become easier. That when you're in your farm, when they come with a tractor, it's going to help bulldoze everything together. That's what we're saying now. That's the plan we are trying to put in place. It will be easy for us to not rent one tractor or buy one tractor, which will be the farm there, and help us, all of us, do our jobs conveniently without no stress. That's the plan. This is the initiative we have now. That's the plan. That's the reason for the diaspora farm. The farm village. That's our farm village. That's the plan. That's the initiative. That's the plan for the initiative. Wow. So can we feed our state and we have food sufficiency and even possible supply. But a lot of that listen, that's why we know. All those African shops we have in our nations, they buy food from Africa. What about if we now start, producing this food that we sell to them? You see that now? We start and we sell to them. So we're going to be up and doing. So that's just it. Okay, guys. Any more contribution? Any more contribution, guys? Okay. If there is no, I need to go prepare. I have a program in the next 2 hours. Okay, guys. I say thank you to you all for you always being there whenever I call. I want to appreciate my friend, my brother, Evis Uni Edigin, CEO Najawash YouTube channel, CEO Zabigins, for his brotherly kindness, towards us, particularly me. I always continue to praise this guy or this man or this boy, this guy, who has been a it's going to be mechanized. It's going to be mechanized. It's going to be a mechanized one. If you want to come together, it's going to be a mechanized one, sir. Would you want to do something different? You can come with your own idea during. You could be a mechanized one. You can come with your own idea. I don't know anything. Okay, so if you come in with an idea, I always buy your idea in just to make it work. I want a working dough. I want a working dough. That's what I want. I want a working dough. So we can make everything you need. We can bring it in. Just tell us how it's going to work, how we're going to make it possible. We'll go ahead and we'll start doing it. Okay, so every Saturday, being a friend, a brother who has actually kept on pushing us, happy to see that we have a better dough. It risks its time, it risks its money, but it also risks its, parental heritage. You guys will know that we said against that is a well-known politician in Edo, a well-known, a big one in Edo. But my friend doesn't really care about his father's political structure and ambition. He always picks the truth to power, and he sought the power whenever he wishes, even when it's against his family's interest, and he has also stood out for many of us, using his platform, because it's not easy for anybody to do what I am doing in someone else's platform. Okay, he has actually also given us this platform to showcase what we can do, to also sell our ideas as far as it's for the betterment of the Edo people that will make the Edo happy. I spoke to him yesterday. He said, my brother, Baba, because he normally call me Baba, say, Baba, this thing that for us, how will it better than it? See, when everybody's happy, Edo is happy, then he is happy also. Okay, he has so much party in Benin, but he lives in Lagos because Edo is not convenient for him. But I'm trying to pull people like that from Lagos to Benin. Yes, I'm doing everything. So the only way I can pull people like Elvis and many others of my friends who live in Lagos to Benin is that I'm able to prove to them that Benin is working. That's the truth, guys. For me to prove to them that Benin, he has a lot of parties there, but it doesn't stay there. That Benin is working. So that's what I'm doing today, is to make sure that I tell them everything I told you about Benin is the truth, nothing but the truth. So I also need you guys to support me in making this a reality. It's not about the money. It's not about the fame. If it's the fame, I think some of us have made the fame. Okay, if it's the money, yeah, we might not be the wealthiest right now, but we are not also in the lowest cadre. So at least we can eat, we can move around town without not begging. So is calling me now, please. I'm using this line now to do my video. The minute I'm done, I'm going to Please, the line you are using, you are calling me from now is one I'm actually using now to broadcast. So when I'm done, I'm going to call you, or you can call the other line if you want to actually speak to me. Okay, guys, I say thank you, my brother Elvis, and again, Mommy Diaspora, Mommy of all, she has been a support all through this struggle that I've been putting up. Even the successes I've achieved today is as a result of what my Mommy Diaspora has done. She has been behind me, and she has been behind all of us. She has actually been a mommy, that we call it mommy for all. You know, she has been behind us, making sure that we are able to stand and succeed. I want to say a very big thank you to you, ma. We appreciate you. I can't do this without you guys behind me. So my pride today is that I have people like you, I have people like Elvis, you know, behind my back. I have people like Engineer Ken behind me. I have people like Team or Robosa, you know, I have people like Irene and Vivian and my very good sister Rita Adams, you know, Israel, and many of you, you know, who are behind me telling me, oh, Mr. Steve, you can do it, just continue doing it. You are pushing me. Even when I get tired, my mom will call me, what are you doing? I've not heard you speak about this thing. What is your problem? We cannot allow this initiative to die. You must continue to talk about it. He will push me. He will call Elvis and say, call your brother. He's not talking anymore. Elvis will call me, and you know, you guys are really making me look as if I am a governor already. That's the truth of the matter, guys. You guys are making me look as if I have all the answers to the problems, and that gives me a lot of time that I don't sleep. I continually doing, you know, brainstorming, doing what I can do just to make you guys proud of this initiative. Just to make sure that we don't just talk, at the end of the day we end up talking on the social media without not being able to actually impact the people on the ground. Okay, so that is it, guys. I want to say thank you all. I love you guys. You guys are one in a million. God bless you all, and I believe strongly in a few years from now, when we look back, we'll celebrate that we took this initiative and we took this giant step to liberate our people and to rewrite the history of our state in the map of one of the most developing states in Nigeria and in the world. And there are many of our people all around the world, like I said before, who are ready to come home and do their best in making Edo great again. But we can't do this until we collectively decided to make a statement that we are about to change the narratives of our state. And this cannot be done by individual, it can be done by the collective effort of every one of you. Just like you have been doing to Stockholm Mega City Estate, just like you have been doing to the diaspora village, diaspora farm village. I can't express my gratitude to you guys. Your words of encouragement is more than any dollars in the world. You guys have been so grateful. I've been so grateful to you guys for all the support, all the initiative. And I believe strongly, God's willing, humanity, will not put you guys to shame. When it comes of accountability, you're going to get the word for your money on paper. Every cover you put into the show will be so transparent and so conspicuous that everyone will know what they spend their money on. Particularly those that are going to buy properties from the farm. That's why I tell them, your total is 150 to 200. So at the end of the day, when they tell us the actual price, I'm going to say, okay, this is the price of the acre. Let's go for it. I'm already selling my own 15 acres just to make sure that project becomes a reality. Mommy knows. Many of them knows. Adams knows. Selling my own lands just to make sure that becomes a reality. That is how much I want to make my state work. With so much passion to make a difference. I want to write my name. I want to be like Max Zuckerberg. I want to be like Bill Gates. Not big as those who came with an initiative that looks impossible, but unfortunately true, and their names were written in gold. All I am asking is to leave my name printed in the sand of time, that my children and my children will hear of their fathers or their great grandfathers' initiative that has actually liberated the Edo people from the shackles of underdevelopment to a world class state. That is my aim, not the money I'm going to make. Yes, I'm going to get it this week. When I get to Benin on Friday, which is tomorrow, tomorrow morning, I'm going to leave here for Benin, and I'm going to call the professor and the woman and the Ohen. We're going to have a talk. They will not know what actually is their final, take on the cost of the land. Then the moment I get that, I'm going to come back here again and give us the details, guys. My beautiful sister, Irene, the truth of the matter is, you guys are 1 in a billion. I love you guys. Just really, I love you guys. You guys are just blowing my mind off. I love you guys. I love every one of you, Sister Vivian, all of you. Every love, you guys are something different. You guys are something different. You guys are something different. I love you guys. Thank you very much, every one of you. I need to run right now because it's already 12:30 here, and I have just 1 hour, 30 minutes to get myself showered up and go for the div today. Everything's about God, So this is we are doing is God. So and I love God. It's my bedrock. So I just quickly need to go and do that. And then when I come back in the evening, then I'm going to talk about something better. Thank you guys. Love you all. This is me, your brother, your friend, Human Steven. I want to sign out from there. God bless you all and have a very, very wonderful, wonderful Thursday morning. God bless you and bye for now.